What if one notebook could end all crime? No trials, no appeals, just swift, absolute justice. That's what Light Yagami offered. And the world in Death Note became quiet. But here, in our world, more than 84,000 people are dead in Gaza. Entire families wiped out. Global leaders argue over phrasing while children starve. This isn't about fiction anymore. By the end of this video, ask yourself honestly, would you root for Kira? Light Yagami wasn't a monster. He was a top student, a genius, the kind of person society tells us will change the world. But the world he saw was corrupt, criminals walking free, laws protecting power instead of people, courts too slow, and governments too careful. He didn't want to destroy justice. He wanted to replace it with something cleaner, faster, final. In a world that felt broken beyond repair, the Death Note didn't feel like evil. It felt like a solution. That's what makes Light so dangerous. He wanted exactly what we say we want, a better world, and he didn't think anyone else had the courage to make it happen. And the terrifying part is, it worked. Under Kira's rule, global crime dropped by 70%. Not over decades, within months. Murders, assaults, organized crime, gone. Countries that had known nothing but war began to quiet. Fear replaced chaos. And in the silence, people started to believe. News anchors debated it. Politicians whispered it. Maybe we need Kira. The world didn't just tolerate him. Millions worshipped him. Shrines went up. Online forums exploded with devotion. People began submitting names, begging him to punish the wicked. And these weren't all villains. These were teachers, students, workers, parents, people who had spent their lives watching corrupt men walk free, watching the guilty live better than the victims. They didn't care how it worked. They just knew it did. And maybe that's the most dangerous idea of all, that if the system refuses to bring justice, someone should, even if it means killing to get there. When institutions break, extremism starts to feel like order. In Death Note, the world changed in weeks. Criminals vanished, wars stopped, order arrived, but in Gaza, the numbers only rise. Over 84,000 people are estimated dead. Entire families erased. Bombs flatten homes, not just buildings. Hospitals bombed, journalists killed, famine used as a weapon, and through it all, ceasefires were vetoed. 4 times the US blocked them at the UN. Even as international experts warned of genocide, even as videos surfaced, even as officials said openly they want Gaza cleared. And still, no one stops it. There's no Death Note, no hand of justice writing names. There are only systems. And right now, those systems are failing, spectacularly. In fiction, evil fears judgment. In reality, it holds press conferences. In a world this broken, it's not hard to understand why people crave someone like Kira. We say we want justice, but what we really want, especially in pain, is results. Not committees, not debates, not years of legal appeals while the guilty grow old and rich. We want someone to step in and make it stop. That's what Light offered, a terrifying kind of closure. One name at a time. It was brutal, it was fear-based, but it worked, at least on the surface. And when you're watching your people die on live streams, when you're told your grief is complicated and your survival is controversial, the idea of swift, merciless justice starts to feel less like horror and more like balance. Kira doesn't wait for permission. He doesn't file paperwork. He just acts. And in a world where even survival is political, that kind of power feels less like tyranny and more like relief. That's the uncomfortable truth. Kira's appeal isn't that he's righteous. It's that he's decisive. In a world where the powerful delay and deflect until the dying stops mattering. Kira's world looked peaceful, on the surface, but it was a world built on fear, not justice. People didn't become better, they became quieter. You didn't speak out, you didn't resist, you obeyed, or you died. That wasn't a society, it was a silence. And Light wasn't a reformer. He wasn't building anything. He was burning the world down and calling it clean. He killed not only criminals, but anyone who questioned him. Investigators, whistleblowers, people who just got too close. His peace was just another kind of war, one with no survivors, only submission. And here's where it cuts deeper. In Gaza, we see what happens when real systems fail, when institutions collapse, when global justice disappears, when the laws we're told to trust turn their backs. That vacuum of action, of accountability, of hope, is exactly what makes someone like Kira look reasonable. Because when no one comes to save you, the idea of judgment, any judgment, feels like something. But light didn't fix the world. He ruled over ashes. There were no policies, no healing, no better future, just fear, quiet, and control. So maybe the scarier question isn't whether Kira was right. It's whether we've made him necessary. And if that's true, then the real villain isn't light. It's us, the systems we accept, the silence we tolerate, the suffering we scroll past. Kira is the consequence. And that's the part fiction didn't exaggerate. If this video made you feel something, conflicted, uncomfortable, angry, leave a comment. Let others see it. We don't need a death note. We need to start paying attention.